What happens when the fantastic Mr. Fox, Steve Zissou, Dan Connor, and Matt Damon get together and are dropped in Nazi Germany? Why, they form their own professional baseball league and go against their master race rivals. This was a league of their own, too.
No, it wasn't. It was Monuments Men. What is up, Internet? Welcome to Resisting Boredom, where we drink, ramble, discuss things to help in the never-ending quest of not being bored. I'm Brandon Kaiser.
I'm Josh Jessen.
You still doing that? Kid Coleman Cole.
Brian Haas.
Today we saw Monuments Men. It is the new movie directed by George Clooney, starring George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bill Murray, John Goodman, John Dujardin, Kate Blanchett, and that's enough.
Screenplay by George Clooney.
Well, George Clooney did a lot in this movie. That's kind of how his movies are, is he does like everything on them. So.
Makeup by George Clooney.
Alright, so anyways, we saw that movie.
Gosh, man. George Clooney.
Yeah.
Just happy to have him call it.
It's, yeah. Should I preface what it is? It's about a group of guys who are sent in to try to save the paintings during World War II. So, guys, what did you guys think of Monuments Men now that we've seen it? This was supposed to come out in the fall.
Yeah?
And it didn't. It was pushed back until now, February. So, yeah. So this is something I know we were talking about seeing in the fall, and then it never came out. So just wanted to see what you guys thought. Now that we finally got to see it.
I remember seeing a lot of trailers when they first talked about it, and I was like, oh, I really want to see this movie.
I know what you're going to say.
And I don't know what about those trailers really made me want to see the movie. Probably just frickin' Bill Murray, but the recent trailers haven't really gripped me too much. Something tells me you know what
I know
this is.
I know what you're talking about.
What is it? What am I missing?
When we were seeing trailers last year when it was set to come out in the fall, the trailers were very lighthearted and very seeming like this was going to be a comedic, war movie sort of thing. Yeah, it seemed like a very upbeat and comedic thing. And then the trailers they put out recently have been like deathly serious and being
we're
like,
misleading
this
you
is
guys.
a war
Is that
movie.
what you're doing?
Like, yeah, serious voiceover guy, and I don't know if he even had a voiceover, but it was just a much more serious tone, and it's been kind of throwing me for a loop too when I see a
But the movie
commercial
kind
or
of
something.
flips around anyway.
Yeah,
so
which
it's
kind
like
of the movie
the early
is.
trailers were the, jokey trailers, and then you're like, all right, and then the other half of the movie is all the serious shit. Let's just show that stuff now.
Because it kind of has both. I'd say the newer trailers are more accurate, though. I'd say
they are.
It's more of a serious movie than a lighthearted ride. It's not a lighthearted ride through the world.
Through Nazi Germany.
Yeah, through Nazi-occupied France and Germany. No, that's not what it is. But I think we were talking before we did this, and we all kind of agreed this is a kind of a tough one to review.
Yeah.
It's hard to feel kind of one way or the other. I mean, myself, I enjoyed the movie. I'm glad I watched it. I don't feel like, it was a bad movie. I thought it was a well-made movie. I thought it was an interesting story.
Yeah. Something that people don't focus on.
Yeah, something we don't hear about a lot, especially in terms of, there are war movies all the time, and we don't normally hear this story.
I think Nick Cage should have been in this movie.
That might have been weird.
I'm just thinking of Wind Talkers now.
Yeah,
but, well,
he couldn't be in this movie. He was off in the Pacific fighting that war.
Okay.
Godspeed, Nick Cage.
All right. Anyways, as someone who was forced in college as a Bachelor of the Arts owner of that piece of paper, had to take a lot of art history classes, so it was nice to see some of that art history knowledge come to use in watching a movie and going, I've heard of that, or I've seen that before, or, all that kind of
Bet
stuff.
you never thought that your degree would come in use for a movie directed by George Clooney.
For a movie review? Because I don't know if it's adding anything to this review. You can let us know in the comments. But it's there.
Do you recognize a lot of those pictures or paintings?
Yeah, several of them.
Hey, I didn't.
That's because you didn't go to college.
That too.
Kids, go to college.
So you can recognize paintings in movies.
Yep, there you go. That's living the dream here.
But I mean, I thought this movie had some feelsy moments. I got the feels a few times.
Oh yeah, I did too.
I mean, Yet I also laughed or chuckled. I don't know if I really laughed a lot, but I chuckled a couple times.
I laughed at some things,
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, this might be a Nazi house. Let's test it. Hi, Hitler. And the kids
Yeah,
just
that's
stand up.
funny. Yeah.
Bam! Nazis. Gotcha.
Him.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha. Palm-handed.
Before the guy could even turn back from his kids, Bill Murray already got on the thing.
Yeah.
You,
Well, Hitler.
okay, well, I don't want
Spoiler?
this.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want us to devolve into spoilers now, but
They find Nazis.
oh my!
Spoiler alert.
None of which are Christoph Waltz. So if
Spoiler
you
alert, Kate Blanchett's in this movie. I didn't realize she was in this movie at all.
She's in the
She was in
commercials.
trailers.
I
Yeah.
didn't see her in there. She always, like I told you before the review, she always creeps me out. Like, the perfect part for her in a movie, to me, would be as a serial killer. Because that's how I picture Kate Blanchett being.
Okay, I
She's
usually
creepy.
think I don't find her creepy. I usually think she's a good actress. I don't like
I would say she's not a good actress.
she gives good performances.
Just saying,
and-
she's kind of creepy.
I'd take her out for
I
a
don't-
nice Italian dinner and have her home by 8.
And she'd
Yeah.
stab you.
I guess. I don't know if I get the metaphor, but okay.
She's
Sure.
a classy lady.
Yeah, she's a classy
She'd
lady.
probably like Italian.
Award winning.
But she'd want to be home.
She's an
early.
award-winning
But she's going home.
actress. So,
I'm
yeah.
just saying she'd want to be home early. She's old.
she might want to go to the early bird special. You don't know.
We'll go to Denny's. Get her she
this
can make her
is
own
so
slam.
I'm glad that this review is. I'm glad this review is just as weird as like us trying to talk about this movie.
Are
So
there country kitchens still open? Or little
Yeah, they're-
I think they might be. This has nothing to do with the review though.
Here's something that does have something to do
Yeah,
with
let's
something.
get back on track.
I got something.
Okay.
And I noticed that, because George Clooney was narrating kind of, I assume this was kind of like the guy it's based off his diary or writing or a book, if he wrote a book, I don't
Okay.
know. But, he was talking about, very kind of the flourishy art major language because he was an art guy, so he's got to like,
Well, they all were.
they all were. But like, it's all like that grandiose kind of way of talking about how, like, oh, we earned our uniforms and stuff like that. And the one thing that I thought was kind of weird, and you can stop me if I'm way off base on this, but I'm totally not. That's why I have this opinion. When he was talking about, Hitler stealing the culture and stealing all the art, and he said, of all the things, Hitler must be denied this one thing. And I was like, weren't there these death camps? I'm like, of all the things he's doing, is it really, like, burning a few paintings? I'm pretty sure he's trying, because he even
I
talked
think-
about,
okay.
like, he mentions, like, you can genocide an entire generation, but stealing the culture, that can't stop. This is the one thing we got to really stop. And I'm like, so you're a Holocaust apologist. Gotja.
And didn't they burn a bunch of Jewish paintings and
Yeah.
in general destroying their culture?
I think that's looking at it very one way. I don't think he was saying that the Holocaust was fine as long as we save these paintings.
Okay, it
I
seemed like
think he was just. I think it was coming from the standpoint of, this is my thing. This is what I want to contribute to this war. Like, I'm not a soldier. I'm not going to go in there and kill 50 guys and save the day and do all that. It was more of, this is what I can contribute to this war. This is what I'm going to do, and this is a story of them doing that. So they weren't as, their part of the war wasn't to be concerned with that sort of stuff. That was all the other millions or whatever
genocide.
people
Who cares?
fighting.
Yeah, go get this fucking statue, bro.
Well, they weren't for it. They were just saying.
I don't know.
They were just. I think it was supposed to be more like, Hitler is taking so much. We need to preserve this, right? So he's taking, all of the things you're talking about, but that's maybe already done.
Something
We
I
can't
found
stop
weird
that. So
Is Bill Murray's character was an architect, but
okay,
Why was he there?
why was he there?
because he was an architect.
Why? Okay. Well, like I expected they were saving some build. They were going to save some
look,
building at some
yeah.
point.
I'm sure there's something in the historical fiction.
I'm guessing he was good at art. Like he knew a lot of art.
He had a degree,
Yeah,
too.
I'm
but-
sure he
Yeah.
was a art specialist, just like the rest of
I
us.
just never really.
Well, I know, but they introduce him as an architect, and it's kind of weird. And I'm like, do you really need
Why do you even see an architect?
Because he's like up on the building in the skyscraper, and I'm like,
Well, that's part of it that they didn't really show, is that they would have tried to not bomb the churches. They mentioned the church towers quite a bit.
Yeah.
That all the architecture and art on the buildings.
Well, there was that scene.
Yeah, they kept showing destroyed buildings and saying,
There was
"Oh,
that
we
scene in
wish
the
we
beginning where
could."
they were protecting that big mural by Michelangelo for the Last Supper.
The Last Supper?
Yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci,
that
Last
big
Supper.
thing.
They were protecting that shit and everything like that, and I just thought like, oh, is that what they're gonna pretty much do with Bill Murray's character?
Monument's bad.
I don't think this movie is like anything I feel like I need to watch like all the time. Or even
Nope.
again, like I think
One
I've
and
kind
done.
of Yeah, I think I got it. I watched it. I enjoyed it enough.
If it was on TV, nothing else was on, I might switch to
maybe.
it, but
Yeah, for a little bit. I
just
would
have it as background noise.
I'm sure something would come on by
I
the
saw
halfway
it.
point. That you
I
could watch
saw
instead.
it. It happened.
That's good.
I thought it was neat. Rewatchability wasn't very high.
I think people should watch it just because it's a good, interesting movie that hasn't been done before. Hey, look at an interesting concept.
And if you have an art degree,
turns
this is the
out-
movie to watch.
The story, you know.
And turns out, old people really love this movie.
Oh yeah.
Like we walked into the theater and it was like all.
Well, they had
people.
the old people. They had
This is
George
like-
Clooney. They had Sean Goodman. They had Bill Murray. They had that one bald guy with glasses.
Yeah, me too. But this is like when we went to go see Lone Ranger. We just turn the corner to get in the theater and we go, it's all old people. It's the same thing.
Well, yeah, because they were alive when Lone Ranger was on the radio.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways,
radio.
which leads
I
me
know
to
you didn't say it.
Look,
You said
I don't
that
think-
loudly too in the theater. You're like, I forgot. You really.
Oh, there was the guy with the caption.
I
thing,
forgot
too.
what the old people was like. Shh, you're speaking too loud. And I was like, oh, they're old people. They can't hear you.
Yeah, plus I don't care. I mean, I'm not
I'm not
I didn't
gonna
say
mob
anything.
you or gum
Look,
you
I
or
didn't say
something.
anything negative about the old people. I just said, oh yeah, this is fairly crowded. I forgot about all the old people. That's all I said. It wasn't a derogatory statement to the
Brandon
old
forgets about
They
the
always
elderly.
take it to be derogatory because.
Look, I think of old people as going to movies during the week. When no one's there and when they can get senior
Yeah,
discounts.
I could be wrong
So-
because I was about to say because I think that old people take it as a derogatory term, but then again, you actually know, you actually have your grandparents. I don't know how mine would react. Then again, they didn't speak English anyway, and one was crazy and thought that the orderlies were stealing her underwear. So obviously, nothing to say about her. It doesn't matter.
Monuments Men.
I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this footage so you guys know.
Well, if you edit it, it's just going to be us going, Monuments Men, Monuments Men, Monuments. Roll credits.
It's
The
gonna be
end.
just all-
That should be the reveal.
It's your fault for including rambling in the description of this show.
I know.
So-
But we did that because we were doing it anyways. We had to. We had to warn people.
Monuments Man.
Anyways, Monuments Men.
Monuments
It's a
Men.
pretty good movie.
It's an okay movie.
It's
Not a single monument in the movie.
I'm still waiting for because Lone Survivor didn't count as this year. I'm still waiting for a really great movie this year, and I think I'll get
What are
it.
you talking about?
I think I'll get it
We
Tuesday.
saw Frankenstein.
I think I'll get it Tuesday when I see Lego Movie, but we'll see. Wait for that review. Maybe I'll make it.
Like, that's
So-
going to be better than I Frankenstein.
Oh, I can almost guarantee it just based off of the commercials.
Still my number one of the year.
Oh my god, this was better than I Frankenstein.
Yeah, because it has rewatchability. I Frankenstein, I mean.
No, I said this Monuments Men is better than I
Monuments
Frankenstein.
No.
Monuments Men.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Monuments Men.
Yeah?
The
I've seen
review
it.
we're making.
I've seen that
Monuments
movie.
Men.
It had Bill Murray in it, right?
It did have Bill Murray in it.
That's
okay
what I
movie.
Frankenstein was missing.
And Batman with Nipples. It also had him.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see any nipples on the lieutenant officer.
Well,
Gosh.
I mean, army uniforms have like a bunch of layers.
You
So there may have been a nipple shirt underneath.
Well, maybe at the Battle
Could
of
be,
Bulge, they could have seen, like, you know.
Battle of the Bulge. Did you do that on purpose?
Well,
No.
not first, but now I think about it.
Now he's like, now I'm owning it though.
I did like that they showed Bill Murray sneaking into the officer's shower and never commented on
That
it.
sounds so creepy. Sorry.
Yeah, but that was a touching moment. Man.
Yeah, I know, but like I thought they were gonna address it.
Man, that was a.
He was an officer.
No, it wasn't.
No, he wasn't. He was.
not-
Sergeant.
Yeah, he.
That's why it was funny that he just kind of was like, I don't give a shit. And he,
Obviously, he's Bill Murray.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the 80-year-old guy there, and he's like, everyone's like, who the fuck's the old guy?
It would have been great if he was sneaking in there and somebody saw him and he just like dropped his robe and went, "No one's gonna believe you," and then continued to take a shower. That would have been great. Internet jokes. Anyways,
I did want to bring that up. Why aren't they all officers? They should all be officers. That's just my opinion.
because the military, I guess, didn't really care about them being there. I don't know.
Because George Clooney was a lieutenant and they would be the same rank as him, he couldn't allow that.
They could just scale it up.
They could have made him like a second, or make him a captain. And he'd be a captain for what? Going to... Nobody cared about anything
They
he
give
had
him
to do.
more authority. Did you see him butting up against other low-ranking officers?
Yeah, that's...
He had a special mission.
Well, he had a special mission, but even then they like sent him
Yeah,
off
they
as
let
just like
him.
a sure. Like FDR's like, yeah, go save Art. I don't give a shit. Here, have a note.
Exactly.
And then the first guy he shows it to, that colonel, he's like, I don't give a fucking care.
Exactly.
Who
He's like, I'm a
signs this
fucking
shit.
colonel. What they should have done is...
Even if he was a captain, he'd be like, I'm a fucking colonel. Shut the
Just
fuck
like
up.
they could make
two
George
guards
Clooney
to
a
take.
colonel. A full bird, just like him.
I think it's
But they didn't-
interesting. I think it's interesting that
Made Matt Damon a major.
Major Matt Damon.
Yeah. Sorry.
I think it's interesting that I don't think this movie lived up to what the studio thought it could be and what people in reviews thought it would be, and which is the same thing as Jack Ryan. And both of those movies were delayed from coming out last year to coming out this year. Like I'm starting to think there's a trend in which case if a movie is moved from the fall to the early part of the next year, chances are it's because they're not as great as maybe you're led to believe. Yeah,
they're like this can't compete against all that shit. Fuck it, put it next year.
I think this movie will do well. I mean,
oh, so that means 300 is gonna suck.
No.
Wasn't that because of like 3D conversion or something though? Like, wasn't it something else that delayed it? I'm just saying. Well, it might suck.
I just read this was delayed because of the CGI they needed to...
Was it that, or was it...
Well, I mean, that's...
No, that was Jack Ryan. I was going to say, was it bumped because of Wolf of Wall Street actually coming out?
Monuments Man.
Monuments Man.
No, I was talking.
Monuments Man. I just
Monuments Man.
Hey, what we said had to do with Monuments Man.
Monuments Man.
I mentioned...
I
thought I was talking about this... I thought I was talking about this movie, but I was talking about Jack Ryan when I was talking about Wolf of Wall Street, which has John Dujardin in it, who is in this movie.
Oh,
Bam.
I thought you were going to Kevin Bacon.
Bam. So Monuments Men.
Monuments Men.
I think we all kind of are having a hard time explaining how we
Go
feel.
see Monuments Men.
I just want to bring up, I want to bring back the thing I always want to do is read the book. Because I think the movie suffered from like tone issues, and I think the book has more room to be specific. And
you missed your chance. It was a Kindle Daily
Did
deal
you know this was a book,
a few days ago.
Yeah,
or like a week ago.
I know I work the internet.
The fact that it's like based off a true story in a book.
There is a book, yes.
But no, I assume there's a lot of questions that we brought up here that are probably more... They go into more detail in the book, and I assume the book would probably be right.
I don't... Also, they rushed really into this. Like, we never really got a lot of character development.
Yeah, no, that's why I think... I think the whole reason, like, why is Bill Murray's character there? I think that would probably be more explored.
I just figured that was Bill Murray. The whole time.
Not a good enough explanation for me.
Or maybe they just...
Let's lay down. Let's lay down here.
Maybe they didn't want a 3-hour cut, Martin Scorsese style, of this movie.
Because this movie was like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was like 1:58 or something. I just missed to cut off. And I thought it was long enough.
And I had to go to the bathroom through half of it, so that made me
that also affects your
does.
thinking of the movie is because you were distracted.
I still haven't seen the end of The Unborn because of that time I had to get too pissed.
Well, anyway,
you'll probably never see it.
That has nothing to do with Monuments Men, what we're talking about.
Monuments Men.
So if you came here for a serious review of Monuments Men, I'm sorry you didn't find it
our
here.
channel before.
First time watcher, long time non-commenter.
But hopefully you found this enjoyable. We really don't know what to say about this movie, I think is the...
If your opinions after seeing the movie are different from ours, please
What opinions? We didn't say
exactly. If we liked this, it's like,
we liked
it
Took the shotgun approach.
We liked this movie, we just didn't love it. We just didn't...
It happened.
I don't know, it was there. It's fine.
Shotgun approach.
Shotgun approach.
Monuments Men.
Anyway,
Monuments Men.
Monuments Men.
So we liked it, we just didn't love it. We thought it was worth your time. If you're a young person, you probably won't appreciate it. But if you are an older person like us, and we're not even that old, but still, if you can appreciate the finer things in life, if you...
Bill Murray?
Bill Fuckin Murray. If you can, if you know who these actors are, you can...
That's about it.
Because really, I mean, younger people aren't going to... Well, maybe Matt Damon. But other than that, younger people aren't going to know these
I assume people went to this for the Ocean's 11 factor.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's got George Clooney, it's got Bill Murray,
It's got Matt Damon.
Goodman.
I don't think Goodman or Murray were in Ocean's 11.
There's Ocean's 18.
Ocean's...
It hasn't out yet. You have to go to the future.
Like this is Ocean 6, okay? This is before. This is a prequel.
Yeah.
Really gonna steal the heart from Hitler.
Yeah.
Guys, I got a plan.
That'd be sweet. Oh my god, they need a prequel Ocean's 11 where they have to steal the Spear of Destiny.
Where was Rusty Ryan, man? Where was Rusty Ryan?
Where was Bernie Mac? He'd still be in this.
Oh.
Too soon.
And on that note,
That's really inappropriate. They did not allow blacks in the military.
Yeah, they did.
It was just segregated.
They just wouldn't allow them in Germany.
George Lucas's Red Tails. Anyways, I never saw it. Anyways, yeah, sorry. And hope you enjoyed
Join us
video.
next week.
Yeah, watch our next video. Hey, look, we'll have more to talk about. Anyways, make your own decision about Monuments Men. If you want to see it, go ahead and see it. It'll be enjoyable.
If you don't want to see
if you have no interest,
don't do it.
I don't think it's going to change your mind. So, in other words, if this helped you in any way, fantastic. But otherwise, find your own way of resisting boredom. say about this movie.
I don't
Does
really know
anyone
what to
really
say.
feel like there is?
No. Not really.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough
The
one.
only thing
As soon as the movie was
like-
over, I was like, this is gonna be a tough
The
one.
tone's a little weird. Like it's
Yeah.
lighthearted.
It's what I expected it to
not,
be.
It is.
It's serious, it's not, it's... The feels, it's not, it's...
The movie was all over the place.
very generic feeling. I don't know, like,
Well,
It's okay.
it was good.
It's okay.
I'm glad I saw it.
Then I guess you can go watch this and resist boredom.
That was our review. Is it recording? I think it is.
No,
It's not red in the upper right.
it's not.
I'm gonna look at it.
It's not.
He's going to look at
I'm gonna
it.
go
Sneak
right.